We have all heard the tale of Hercules.
Honey, you mean Huncules!
Okay, Disney's telling of Hercules, baby boy born to Zeus and Hera. Well, this video isn't about him. No, this video is about someone else. Someone who I feel there's more to than meets the eye. This god needs no introduction, but he's a bit of a hothead, so I'm gonna give him one just so he doesn't get upset. I'm talking about the man with the flaming top. Nope, not you. Ah, there we are. Hades, god of the underworld, brother of Zeus. You see, because Hades is the god of the underworld, he is usually depicted as a villain in Greek mythology. He is not a nice person at all, especially in Disney's Hercules. However, when given the context, you would be pretty angry too if you won the lottery, landing you the worst job of all Greek gods, being the babysitter of 5 billion. Sorry, 5,000,000,001 souls stuck watching over the river Styx. But hey, at least he got a pretty cool dog out of it. Hercules just got a My Little Pony ripoff. However, we are talking Disney Hercules here. Like in my previous villain deep dives, I wanted to see, is Hades the real villain here? If we watch the opening scene to the film, Zeus, dropping his puns, tells Hades that he should join the celebration, leading Hades to tell him that he is unable to because his role as god of the underworld doesn't provide him the time, as he puts it, lounge up about Mount Olympus like the other gods, to be able to join. He also makes a note that the role was put on him by Zeus. A common misconception is that Zeus in Greek mythology tricked Hades into being the god of the underworld, while in actuality, the gods held lotteries to dictate which gods would rule which domain. Hades just so happened to get matched with the underworld. Could you imagine if Hades ruled the skies? Well, in fact, there is a card game called Lorcana that actually has provided us with just that. 2 cards depicting Hades as king of Olympus. His fiery blue hair replaced by long golden hair, which, if I may say so, doesn't really work all that well. It's kind of unsettling, like he's wearing a wig and hoping nobody will know.
Everybody knows.
But I'm getting ahead of myself here. In this story, Hades indeed got the short end of the stick, being forced to work probably harder than any of the other gods in order to keep the underworld maintained. I, for one, have always thought that, what would Hades been like if he was there and been given the opportunity to rule over another domain, rather than be forced to rule his current one? He holds an immense amount of resentment for his kin because of this, and the feeling is mutual. Even his presence upsets the other gods as soon as he makes an entrance, making Zeus the only one of the celebration that tries to welcome him to the party. He could easily meet his nephew, and that is also one thing I noticed. Hades is the brother of Zeus, right? Which would make Hades Herc's uncle. Not once in the entire film is any family dynamic mentioned. My guess is Disney didn't want children to associate an uncle trying to unalive his brother and nephew to reach his goals, giving viewers a poor understanding of the term family.
I'm only looking out for the well-being of my favorite nephew. Kill him.
Okay, look, they can't all be winners. The way I look at it, Hades was unfairly treated by his family. His brother gives him the worst job, his own family can't stand him. Given, I'm sure, based on Zeus' reaction to Hades' presence, it would indicate that Hades has not done really anything bad enough to warrant Zeus' hatred towards his brother. However, the other gods clearly feel differently, therefore Hades had done something in order to anger them. Maybe it's because he's a party pooper. Maybe it's the hair. Maybe he's got bad breath. I don't know. My point is being that Hades feels cheated. He feels left out. He feels hated, leading us to witness the worst sides of him. An angry, vindictive, and possibly hurt god. Had he been treated differently by the other gods, maybe he would have turned out differently. I'm not trying to say that underneath that pale blue skin there is a broken heart longing to be mended, as his thirst for revenge against Olympus clearly was something that he enjoyed. We do see a side of Hades, though, that's showing that he is true to his word. When Hades and Hercules strike a deal, Hercules says that if Meg is spared any harm, he will continue this deal. Hades himself then chimes in saying, fine, okay, I'll give you that one. Meg is safe, otherwise you'll get your strength back. Hercules didn't ask for this. This was not part of Hercules' end of the deal. For his strength to be returned to him, that was all on Hades. That was Hades' deal. During the attack, she could have been mildly injured, but because of that deal, that would still result in her being harmed during the attack, therefore giving Hercules back his strength. There is a ton of gray area here, which leads me to believe that Hades has a small part of him that is reasonable. Or maybe he was just arrogant and he didn't really think before he spoke, which is a major possibility. And do not even get me into the actual TV series itself that aired on Disney, God, years ago at this point, because there's a whole bunch of things there. Well, that's several seasons to my knowledge of information that I just don't feel like digging into. But at the end of the day, I would really like to know what you guys think about Hades. And I'm not even going to delve also into the Kingdom Hearts franchise either, because Hades plays a decent role within the Kingdom Hearts franchise. But let me know what you guys think below. Do you really think that Hades may less? He's more the victim than he is really a villain. He's done quite a few bad things, but we have to remember he is the god of the underworld. But should that label him as a villain just because he is the god of the underworld? Let me know what you guys think below. I'd love to hear your opinions, as you guys are very good with giving me those opinions, even so far as to go so in depth with the Cheshire Cat video, which still gets a lot of love to this day. So let me know what you guys think below. Please give your best hitchhikers thumbs up, and of course, possess that subscription button. And if you truly enjoyed this tour today, I'd hope to see you again for the next one. And until we meet again,
Toodaloo! Exits that away! Hey, it was great seeing ya! Happy trails!